All right, brothers and sisters and elders, thank you so much for tuning in to a Kevlon Unity Alliance program. I'm yours truly, Amar Amari. I am the founder of a Kevlon Unity Alliance, and my queen, Amani Amari, is the co-founder. We thank you so much for your support. We also have an Instagram page as well. You can go there and just simply type in El Kevlon underscore Unity underscore Alliance. We also have a Facebook page minus the underscores, simply Al Kevalon Unity Alliance. For those of you who are teachers and you are one who likes to teach African studies, the group is open to you. I'm not one of those people who are concerned about people coming and taking members and you getting the spotlight. Listen, man, what's meant to be will be, what's not meant to be will not be. So it's all about family and unity with us. We're all about love germinating. We want us to grow together as a people. I don't know everything. So I would love to hear what you have to say as well. I am also one who still needs to learn. I just embarked upon this journey approximately in 2015. So with that being said, I'm still learning as I go. I'm a former bishop, all right, and I am definitely proud to say that I am conscious now. I follow after spirituality now. What I subscribe to is Ifa. It's a Yoruba spiritual system, and it has definitely helped my life a lot. So let's get into it. We all know the uproar that has occurred as it relates to the Gucci issue with the baklava that looked like blackface, which they said it was a mistake. We all know that that's not true. It's not a mistake. What I like to bring to our attention is this, all too often we have allowed the industries in the entertainment arena as well as the clothing industry to walk all over us. And I say that because it's the same thing with Tommy Hilfiger. I'm 42 years old, and I'll be 43 this year. I have no problem with talking about my age, man. I'm proud to be alive, especially me coming from Rochester, New York, from the two worst sides of the city there. Me almost being murdered a couple of times when I was there. I'm happy to be alive, and also a former Marine who went to Iraq and almost was blown up 3 times. So I'm happy to be alive, family. But nevertheless, though, all too often we have allowed ourselves to be a puppet. And I say this even when it comes to the music industry, because when you hear these brothers and sisters' testimonies that are witnesses to what occurs when you sign a contract without properly reading it, or you not having knowledge of expenditures and what happens thereafter. And when you receive your paycheck, majority of your money is gone. And let the truth be told, a lot of these brothers and sisters front like they have all of this money, but they really don't. And Master P talks about it. You know what I'm saying? So I listen to people like that who are independent artists who has taken upon themselves to earn their own money, from the hard work that they put in. Even Prince said it before he passed away. Michael Jackson went through the same thing, And so what happened to them? They ended up dead except for Master P, and he's alive to tell the story, which I'm grateful to the creator that our brother's still alive to be able to share the importance of ownership. We walk around here, we boast so much about we got 1.25 trillion spending power. But what is that to boast about, really? I mean, we consume so much to the point where we're being consumed. When are we going to be able to boast about what we own instead of being owned? You know what I'm saying? And that's the problem. Instead of us being the boss, we being bossed around. Instead of us being the owner, we're being owned. And a lot of us, and I don't care if this is a Bible verse, it's so true. Beware of covetousness, because life does not consist in abundance of things that one has. We're so concerned about temporary things, we're not looking at permanent things in our lives. We're so concerned about cars and jewelry, and this is what's being publicized in the industry, you know what I'm saying, in the hip hop industry. You know what I'm saying? Everybody want to flaunt. Everybody want to be flashy. But the truth of the matter is, what do you own? I mean, a lot of us, we've seen the New Edition story. I mean, how much more is it going to take for us to understand that we're being played? You know what I'm saying? You know, the Caucasian has no credibility as far as I'm concerned. You know what I'm saying? Why? They're in debt to us. I mean, you're talking about, you know, decades of debt, making our ancestors work for free. So they have no credibility with us. They have bad credit as far as I'm concerned. They're delinquent. It's like, how many times are we going to have to go through this, you know, situation, like as if though it's something new? First of all, let's pay attention to the fact that these hip hop artists have been sending a lot of these high-end clothing lines shout outs in their song, and none of them have gotten any deal. So it's like we're making them rich. When are we going to make ourselves rich? You know what I'm saying? You have, you know, people sending plenty of shout outs in their songs, Gucci, Louis Vuitton. Listen, man, they don't do nothing for us, family. Nothing at all. Nothing. You know what I'm saying? Here's who I encourage you to follow. Cuff Design. CUFF space DESIGN. It's a brother, good friend of mine. I know he makes handcrafted bags. I'm talking about genuine leather bags. The brother even make bow ties. He makes wallets. You know what I'm saying? He makes man bags. You know what I'm saying? You know, if that's what they want to call it, call it a man bag, whatever. You know what I'm saying? But you know, nevertheless, man, you know, that's the brother that we should be supporting right there. You know what I'm saying? Why do we have to end up supporting each other, you know, by default? You know, why is a lot of times we start doing things that we need to be doing by default? A lot of our brothers that are incarcerated, they become entrepreneurs by default. They have no other choice. You know what I'm saying? Why do we have to be forced into this life? We need to wake up and pay attention to what's going on around us. That's what we need to do. You know what I'm saying? You know, we're so busy, you know, spending to where we're being spent. And after after we've been expended, they throw us away. The only thing they care about is money. They don't care about us. Just like our ancestor Michael Jackson has said, peace and blessings be upon him. They don't care about us. They just care about the money. I mean, it's so obvious. Look at slavery. They don't care about us. They just care about making a profit. And when are we going to understand that we're just, you know, a profit for them? That's it. Let this be a lesson to you. I said this and I got proof. Before this even came out, I got proof. I said it in my video on my Facebook page. Again, my name is AMARE, AMARI. Check it. I even said it before the Super Bowl. I said, you know, remember Blackface? How they played us and made fun of us and made sport of us? I said that in the video before this even happened. And I said that a lot of us who support them and look up to them, you're getting ready to be disappointed. I literally said it's in the video. because I can see it. It's so obvious to those of us who are conscious. In other words, we're savvy to the deception. We're savvy to the brainwashing of our people. And it's up to us, brothers and sisters, for us to continue to make videos like this in order for us to help our brothers and sisters wake up and to recognize that we're constantly on the bottom of the food chain because we put ourselves there. Unbeknownst to us, we put ourselves in a position to lose. You know what I'm saying? Okay, so what? We got 1.2, I mean, so what? $1.2 trillion. So what? Where are we spending it at? Is it whose hands is it going into? Ours? It's continuously going into theirs. Family, we need to start sharing our brothers and sisters' products. Our brothers and sisters that's in clothing, that's in fashion. Our brothers and sisters that are into beauty products, natural beauty products. Listen, man, we need to start sharing their stuff. We spend so much time advertising for other people and helping other people to stay in business. This is the reason why our business is shut down, because we too busy spending money with someone other than us. We don't get it. It's so simple. It's so simple. Now, I got enough sense to know, for those of you, you know what I'm saying, who, we don't have any business to support. I mean, come on, man. You know, it's like, that's like common sense. I'm talking about those who do have businesses that's out there. You know what I'm saying? Because the only thing you got to do is go to We Buy Black. You could go on Instagram. You know what I'm saying? There's plenty of brothers and sisters out there, you know what I'm saying, especially on Facebook, that's doing their own thing. We need to start supporting one another. Okay? So let's stop boasting about all this spending power. I'm be honest, I'm tired of hearing people talk, we got 1.2 trillion. And it's obvious that it's bothering me. I have to get it off my chest, man, because I love you. You know what I'm saying? And I want us to win. And the only way we can win is if we start owning. That's where the power is at. Okay? The power is in ownership. And that's what we need to start figuring out. And it's sad to say this. Listen, that's why brothers and sisters who are rich, I promise you this, and I'm very confident in this, come talk to me. Come talk to me. I got some ideas for you. How many of our people believe in coming together, bringing together their resources, okay, and filling in the gaps for businesses that we don't even have? Okay, I'm gonna give you an example. Our own cars. See, the problem is we're not practicing cooperative economics. That's the problem. Listen, individuality, yeah, you're rich as a person. But you know what? That's not going to help to save a nation. The only way that we will be able to help to save our people overall is us coming together as a people, not as an individual. In fact, I'll prove it to you. This is how you know that we can't win just as an individual. What sports team do you know in any sport, you know, such as other than tennis, because of course that's individual. So when you're dealing with basketball and football and hockey, that's a team thing. No one goes to the championship by one person, just playing on the playing field. It takes everybody to come together as a collective in order for them to be able to win games, to be able to win ultimately the championship, for them to go home with that award. So we're going to continue to lose if we continue to be individuals. We can't win against racism as just an individual. It's going to take us to come together as a collective. in order for us to win. And I hope this is a lesson to all of you African people out there that praise the Caucasian so much. You know what I'm saying? You don't feel like you arrive unless you think like the Caucasian, talk like the Caucasian, dress like the Caucasian. You allow the Caucasian to tell you what you need to be driving. This, even the status quo, we even follow the status quo of the Caucasian. Oh, you have to drive a BMW. Oh, you have to drive a Mercedes. Oh, you have to drive a Lamborghini. Oh, you need to live in this neighborhood. We get that foolishness from European people. That status quo foolishness comes from Europeans. And this is the reason why a lot of our people work themselves into the ground, because they're trying to, fit the status quo that has been tailored by the Caucasian. The Caucasian has proved us time and time again, they don't care about us. All they care about is money. Even in the entertainment industry, listen, watch this. Now, selling drugs, we all know, is illegal. And I'm talking about, selling drugs, illegal drugs. In other words, guess what? Drugs that what? The government didn't approve, right? So if it's so wrong, then why do they allow them to get on, a record and rap about it? If we're trying to get people off of drugs and alcoholism, how can we do that when that's constantly being disseminated in songs? Our people are under the influence of miseducation. And it's reckless within our communities because, unfortunately, of the miseducated lyrical content that's being disseminated by these gangster rappers. Now, they will arrest you for doing what they're rapping about. But a lot of people not paying no attention to that. They will arrest you in real life for what they're rapping about on the record. And they know that that's a problem within our community. So if you know that's a problem within the community, then why do you allow them to get on a record and talk about things like that? And even teach people how to make drugs like, Biggie did on 10 Crack Commandments. Teach them how to be a successful hustler. So if they was truly trying to stop crime, then why are they going to the root of it? If they were truly trying to stop crime, then why do they continue to allow a whole bunch of liquor stores to be placed within our communities? They allow these things to happen. The same people who will arrest you for doing it is the same people that's allowing you to talk about it in the songs. And then the sad part is we don't care about us either. We don't care about us. And we so blind to where we celebrate a brother and sister that get a record deal and they're talking all this foolishness and we give them accolades. Oh, congratulations. You recognize, and I know some of you don't recognize rather, that you just congratulated him to contributing to the further destruction of our people. I hope you understand that. They didn't get out the street because they still live in the street life. A lot of these brothers who really doing what they're saying actually still live in the street life and they still corrupting the communities. But we celebrate them. We praise them. Okay? And then they allow it to be aired on TV on top of that. Who you think own the networks? Who you think give the approval for BET to be on the air? None of this stuff can get approved without a Caucasian approving it. They're a bunch of hypocrites. And so, oh, our feelings get so hurt about, oh, they had blackface on. I'm sitting there looking at them. Okay, so what's new? They've been playing you the whole time. You've been buying their stuff the whole time, and nobody paid attention to this the first time they ever asked an African person to partner with them. Dapper Dan. Come on, man. Come on, man. Listen, I love my brother, but he should never even accepted it. You know why? Because where were they at years ago when all the rappers was talking about it, giving them shout outs? Huh? See, we allowed them to walk all over us. Just like Denzel, I love Denzel Washington. But why did he receive that award for Training Day when he did wonderful acting in all the other movies he did? He had a phenomenal line of a body of work. But when he started acting the fool, now all of a sudden he get, you know what I'm saying, an award. The same thing with Holly. Why? Why accept that award when you didn't get one before? You did a phenomenal job acting prior to that, taking your clothes off. But see what I'm saying? But see, we don't pay attention to that. We just want the glory, man. We want the glory. You know what I'm saying? We don't care about, you know, what they did to us. We just care about getting the award. That's all we want. You know what I'm saying? Trump wasn't enough for you. The owner of Gucci wasn't enough for you. Trayvon Martin wasn't enough for you. Alton Sterling wasn't enough for you. Sandra Bland wasn't enough for you. My goodness, Emmett Till wasn't enough for you. Malcolm X, his murder. Martin Luther King murder. My goodness, that wasn't enough for you. What is it going to take for you, black man and black woman, for you to wake up and understand what's happening to us? Let that be a lesson to all of us. Eventually, we're going to get it. I pray and I hope that one day we understand what's actually happening. We got to stop allowing them to use us for their own selfish gain. And when we left behind to lose, they still win. It's time for us to win. It's time for us to own. A lot of us just think about what's temporary. A car depreciates. You need to get a house. Half of these brothers riding around, you know what I'm saying? They don't own nothing. Half of these brothers in the video, they jewelry rented, the car they ain't rented, the house that you see, that's not theirs. For majority of them, they don't even own that stuff. Look at what happened to New Edition. Everybody thought, I'm not going to lie. If they never did the New Edition story, I would have thought those brothers was rich. I thought they were rich. And those brothers, after they toured, they went right back to the projects. And they're not the only ones that it happened to. If you watch the program called There's Rules to This Shit, man, it'll open up your eyes, man. You'll see all those brothers and sisters that's been played. So some of you think it's a joke. Some of you, you know what I'm saying, just like the NFL, the Super Bowl, you think it's a joke. You laugh about you watch the game. You know what I'm saying? Some of you think this is a joke. You on Facebook making all type of jokes. You know what I'm saying? You the joke. And the laugh is on you. The laugh is on all of us. It's our people that's still in poverty. Because the only thing we want is crumbs. We too busy trying to be flashy. We too busy trying to be famous. We too busy trying to get a name. You know what I'm saying? When guess what? Our name is what's credibility when it comes to credit. We should be trying to get that type of credibility so we can turn our credit into cash and start buying like real estate, all right, something that's going to appreciate instead of depreciate. And you can't leave your daughter a Gucci bag and it's going to make her wealthy. You can't leave your daughter and your son the job that you work. They can't inherit that. What is that? What is that? What are you doing to benefit your family? We have to get our focus. Peace, love, and power.